I hope you guys are doing well at your home, right? So, on continuing our first chapter, this is the fourth lecture of the first chapter, that is nature and significance of management. And in today's lecture, we are going to learn the various functions of management that are being performed by the various levels of management. Okay, so starting with the introduction, that to accomplish the objective, to achieve the objective, right, the some sort of process that need to be implemented or that need to be done. But what is the meaning of process? So a series of functions which are continuously performed for what purpose? For the achievement of the predetermined objective, that is called as what? That is called as a process, right? A series of efforts that need to be done, right? Like planning, organizing, everything that comes under what? That comes under the series of function, right? And process that need to be done for the what? For the accomplishment of the predetermined objective, right? And as management is what? Management is considered as the subject of a study, right? That they are what? That the various management gurus, the various the thinkers, right? The management thinkers, what they have done, they have given the various concept. Each and every contributors or each and every that management guru, they have given the different functions that are being performed by the management, right? But the ultimate goal, that is what? That is to achieve the predetermined objective, right? The various scholars, they have the different opinions regarding that. Yes, some people, they have what? They have thought the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, that are going to be needed for the achievement of the predetermined objective, right? And it depends on what? It depends on the particular that experts, right? As management is the subject of a study, so that what can the contribution, that can be what? That can be differ. Okay, right? So the classification of functions by given the value, as I said, right, that is a subject of a study. So various thinkers or the various management gurus, they have given what? They have given the various functions of management. But whatever we are going to study in this, that is 12th OCM, that is the given by the modern management guru, Mr. Kunz O'Donnell, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control, right? Now focus on this, that is Mr. Luther Gulick, right? He has given the concept, that is the function of management, that is known as POST-CORB, that is POSTCORB. The first letter of every function, that is P, it stands for planning, O, that stands for organizing, S, that stands for staffing, D for directing, CO, that is for coordination, R, that's for reporting, and B, that's for budget, right? The question, it can be asked into the 1 mark of a question or 2 mark, what is POST-CORB? So you need to just write down the full form of this, that is P, that stands for planning, O, that stands for organizing, directing, coordination, reporting, and budgeting, right? But that does not mean that the other, that is like Henry Fayol or Peter Drucker or George R. Terry, whatever the function they have given, they are wrong. No, it is a what? That management is the subject of the experiment, right? They have what? They have experimented such things, in that they have got success. Some they have got success with the different ways of or the different particular functions that has been given, right? But ultimate is what? That is they have what? They have got the achievement of what? Or the accomplishment of the predetermined objective, right? Henry Fayol was the first person who has given this that functions of management. But the modern management guru known as Kunz O'Donnell, he has what? He has got the success, and he has, these are the what? These are the functions which are universally accepted, like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control. Okay, right? So starting with planning. Planning is what? See, read a sentence that even God that can change the past, right? But a man can change the future, right? With the help of what? With the help of planning. So what you got from this sentence, that planning is concerned with what? Planning is concerned with the future, right? It is concerned with what? It is concerned with the future activity. Simple example, whatever the things that has been done, right? Whatever the study you have done in the 11th standard, that was passed, right? Examination, that was over, right? So you cannot change your result, but you can change what? You can change the future. That whatever the result that you want to achieve in the 12th standard, that you can achieve. Right? With the help of what? With the help of proper planning. Getting my point? Right? So what we can say? That planning, with the proper planning, we can what? We can change the future. Right? And management, it begins with what? It begins with the planning. That planning is the first function of the management, and planning is totally intellectual thing, right? That whatever the ideas that the experts are having, that the top level management people they are having, what they are going to do, they are going to put their ideas onto the piece of a paper. Okay, what to do, how to do, when to do, what will be the objective of the company, how we are going to achieve that objective, who is going to perform which task, everything that is come under what? That is come under planning. Right? And planning, as I said, it is the intellectual thing, right? That it is a what? It is a psychological phenomenon. And what we are doing, we are estimating the future in present. Whatever we are going to do, we are going to what? We are going to plan in the present. For what purpose? For the future period of time. And what is planning? A simple meaning, that is what work will be done, who is going to do, when, how, up to what extent, and when work is to be finished. For what purpose? For the achievement of the predetermined objective. It is known as what? It is known as the planning. It's a simple meaning, easy to understand. But when you are going to refer the textbook, a meaning of planning that is given. That is what? That planning means selection of facts for the expected results and to establish interrelationship between them. Right? See, when you are going to do the planning, you must be having the data, that is statistical data of the past years, right? Yes, this much of a cost that we have done, income that is there, so accordingly you are going to do the plan, right? See, planning that does not come, that we have said for the planning, we have done this planning without any kind of statistical data or without any kind of analysis, then planning is likely to get fail, right? So planning gives us an idea about what? Idea that who is going to do the work, when the work will start, how the work will be done, or when the work is going to complete. Right? Getting my point? For what purpose? For the accomplishment of the predetermined objective. And it is known as what? It is known as planning. And planning, why planning is necessary? Planning is necessary for what? For reducing the risk or whatever the uncertainties that are involved in future. See, planning is not going to reduce or not going to remove the risk, right? But it will what? It will reduce the risk, or it will reduce the uncertainties that are involved in what? That are involved in future. Getting my point? Right? So planning is what? That planning is what? Planning is the particular, that foresightness of the particular people who are sitting at the particular place and assuming the future. Okay, yes, this thing that can happen. Okay, suppose for an example, okay, some technological change that are going to occur in the future period of time, then they are going to what? They are going to assume, they are going to estimate those things with the help of what? With the help of previous statistical data. Okay, every 3 months or every 6 months, the new technology that are coming into the market, they are coming into the particular, that competition. So accordingly, they are going to make a plan. Right? And planning is necessary. Why planning is necessary? Planning is necessary for the purpose of what? For the reduction of a risk, right? And uncertainties that are involved in future. Getting my point? Right? And due to planning, all the activities in the business, they are going to be implemented, or they are going to do that particular administration in the systematic manner. Everything that will be done with the systematic manner. Okay, right? And planning, it is considered as what? It is the function of selection and preference. Why? What is the reason? See, when we start planning, we have so many alternatives to achieve the target or to achieve the objective. Say for example, okay, by when the board of directors, they start meetings and they are going to what? They are going to start planning about what? Okay, by how to increase the sale. So they are going to list out the alternatives. Okay, right? I want to do the maximum advertisement so that sales that is going to increase, or I want to give some sales promotion techniques, like I'm going to get out the sale discount that will be given 50 to 70% off, buy one get one free, going to have that free gift coupon to the customers. So these are the promotional techniques, these are the alternatives, right? So from that alternative we are going to select the best one, which are going to what, which are going to be useful, which are going to get that maximum output or the maximum result to the management, right? Now suppose that this alternative is advertisement, discount, sale, 1+1 free, gift coupon. I thought advertisement, that is the best alternative to increase the sale. So what I'm going to opt, I'm going to opt that alternative. I'm going to opt what, I'm going to opt that alternative, right? Got my point, right? So planning is what, planning is a function of what, planning is a function of selection and preference. It can be asked into 1 mark of a question or MCQ. Okay, by planning is the function of dash, so it is the function of what, it is the function of the selection or preference. Or it can be asked into 3 marks of a question, that explain why planning is called a function of selection or preference, right? So you need to answer what, you need to answer about planning. Okay, so planning is what, planning is the function of selection and preference, because the list of alternatives that need to be prepared, and accordingly one out of many alternatives that will be selected, which will give the maximum result or maximum output to the management, right? Okay, now moving ahead, planning is what, planning is the base for all the other function, all the other functions that we see. Planning, that is the what, that is the first function of the management. So planning that need to be what, planning that need to be done with the proper and in a efficient way, proper way and efficient way, right? Let us understand with the diagram, right? See, planning is what, planning is the base, and we are going to what, we are going to build the pillars of the other functions, like organizing. That means what is organizing, where 2 or more people, they will be working for the achievement of the objective. A physical structure, it will be created through organizing, right? And that is completely done on what, that is completely done on the basis of planning. Okay, by who is going to perform, how it is will be done, right? Then organizing, it will be followed by staffing. Staffing, that means the human resource, the manpower. We need to appoint the person, we need to recruit the person, give them the proper training. And again, this is based on what, this is based on planning. It is followed by directing, that means what, to give the guidance to whom, guidance to the staff, guidance to the employee. Okay, yes, we have set the target. Now you are going to achieve this target with the help of what, with the help of different machinery. That direction, the proper guideline, that will be given. Getting my point? And last, that is controlling. It is necessary for what purpose? Controlling is necessary so that whatever the plan we have made, right, accordingly the implementation is there or not, accordingly the activities that are carried out in the organization or not, that will be seen in what, that will be seen in the controlling, right? See, plan, that is what, 70% that I want to achieve, right? And that accordingly we are going to put the efforts. Now control, how they are going to help that particular planning, that is whatever plan I have made. Okay, I want to read 8 hours, 10 hours, but that result, that is not achievable. Okay, yes, in the first examination you got 68% or 65%, right? So I need to increase what, I need to increase the hard, I want to increase the reading, right? And that comes with what, that comes with the controlling. Getting my point, right? Planning is the first function and controlling is the last function that is being performed by the management, right? Is it clear? So if the base is not clear, understand, the base is not clear, then the pillars that are not going to build, right? If planning is going to fail, each and every function of the management that has been followed with by planning, right, they are going to what, they are going to be a failure. Everything that will be goes into the vein. Getting my point, right? So see, and this diagram, this is for your understanding. You don't need to draw this diagram in your notes, right? Whatever the theory, whatever the points that I have listed out in the planning, that only you have to write. Okay, right? And planning, it is the base. Question, it can be asked, if I explain why planning is the base, right? So we can write, yes, planning is the base, because if the planning is going to be a failure, then everything that is going to what, everything that is going to be failure. Okay, is it clear? So planning is about what, planning is concerned with the future. Planning is the list out, okay, who is going to do, how it work to be done, when it will be done, right? Who is going to perform the task, everything that will be done in the planning. Planning is the process of future, but what we are doing in a present. right? And planning is the function of selection and preference. Reason is what? Because whatever the alternatives that we have listed out while doing a planning, we are going to select the best one which is going to get us the maximum result. Okay, is it clear? Right, fine. Moving ahead, second function, that is organizing. What is organizing? That it is a structure of what? For the assignment of authority and responsibility amongst whom? Amongst the individuals. Working for what purpose? Working for the achievement of the common objective, right? We have done the planning. Okay, this is the objective, right? Now to achieve that objective, the physical structure that we need to create, right? And in that structure, what we are going to do? We are going to assign or distribute the authority and responsibility amongst the various individuals, right? For what purpose? For the achievement of the common objective that we have set in planning, right? Take an example, or we can take example of the diagram of the top levels of management, right? That middle level management, it consists of the various departmental heads, right? So what is that? That is the creation of the organizing, right? That various departmental with various departments that has been created, various departmental heads that has been appointed, right? And accordingly, what we are doing, we are distributing the authority, the distribution of power, and accordingly the responsibility, it will be there. And authority and responsibility, these are the what? These are the two sides of a same coin. Higher the authority will give the higher responsibility, right? Planning is what? Planning is an intellectual thing. That is, planning is what? Planning is the psychological phenomenon, while organizing, it is what? Organizing, it is the physical structure created for what purpose? For the achievement of the objective. Okay, getting my point, right? And why organization it is there? Why the function of organization that is being done? To distribution of authority and responsibility among the various departments or groups, right? So that the clarification, it will be there in the mind of whom? In the mind of the employees or in the mind of managers. Okay, yeah, I have assigned the role of a production head, so my authority is what? My authority is to take decision regarding the production department, right? And what is my responsibility? Whatever the target that has been set and it has been given by the top level management, कि by the end of the month you need to produce at least 2000 number of units. So that is my responsibility, and for that responsibility, or for the fulfillment of responsibility, I have given what? I have given the power. I have given what? I have given that particular authority to take decision. It can be strict decision, or it can be the liberal decision, to achieve what? To achieve that objective. And with organizing, what we are going to get? We are going to get the clarity about what? Clarity about the interhuman relations and the various roles. That will be what? That will be clear into the mind of whom? Into the mind of the employees as well as managers, right? And when this thing will be clear, right? कि भाई, yes, who is going to perform which task? So by that, who will supervise? Who will have authority and responsibility to work? And what is the interrelationship among the individuals? That will going to become what? That will going to become clear in the mind of whom? In the mind of employees or managers, right? See, through this organizing, what we are going to do? We are going to create the superior and subordinate relationship. The people who are working in the middle level management, they are the superior. Bottom level people, they are what? They are the subordinate. They are the bottom level workers or the bottom level management. They are working under whom? They are working under the middle level management, right? So with the creation of organization, this thing become very clear, that yes, I am going to supervise, that is, I am a production head, so I am going to supervise the workers who are working under me, under the production department, right? Getting my point? And accordingly, I have the authority, I have the responsibility, right? That subordinates, they are what? They are answerable to whom? And most important, the creation or the establishment of interrelationship amongst whom? Amongst the various individuals. Is it clear? Right? And as I said, right, planning is what? Planning is an intellectual thing, and organizing, that is what? Organizing, that is the physical structure that has been created on the basis of whom? On the basis of the planning. So planning is considered as what? Planning is considered as the brain of a business unit, and organizing, it is a physical structure, right? See, brain, that means a human body. See, whatever the signals that our brain is sending to our body, right? Yes, you need to speak, you are going to raise the hand, you are going to what? You are going to walk. So what is that? That is the signals that has been sent by whom? By the brain, and accordingly our body, they are what, they are reacting to it. So same way, who is going to do, how it is going to be done, everything that will be what, everything that will be done in the planning. So planning is what, planning is the brain, and accordingly organization structure that will be created. So organizing, that is what, that is the physical structure. Getting my point? Is it clear? Right, that equation it will be see, this it will not be that by what is organizing, then it is a simple thing by have that common objective, that we need to what, we need to achieve the common objective. For what purpose? By assigning that authority and responsibility, right? But the question it can be asked by explain planning is the brain of business unit and organizing it a physical structure. So we need to write, right? Yes, that planning, it is what, it is about intellectual process, whatever the things that we need to do. It is the blueprint that will be prepared by the expert people, that means the top level management people, right? And administration that will be done at the level of middle and bottom, right? So it is a what, it is a physical structure that come into existence with the help of what, with the help of planning. Clear? Right? Planning, organizing, right? And organizing, it is followed by staffing, right? See, staffing, that means human resource, manpower. We have done planning, we have done organizing, but accordingly who are going to perform the task, who are actually going to do those things, right? That is manpower, that is human resource, right? See the sentence, see the concept or thought that has been given Mr. George R. Terry, that is, staffing is concerned with availing and maintaining satisfactory manpower. Availing the manpower, that means what, I'm a production head, I need at least 10 number of people for the accomplishment of the objective. That means my production process that need to be completed within a stipulated time. I need what, I need the 10 number of people. So what is that? That is availing, right? I'm going to do that, give the advertisement, yes, this much of a manpower, this much of a people that I'm going to require for my production department, right? And when they enter into the organization, we need to maintain them by what? Maintain them by the satisfactory that particular manpower. Satisfaction, how they are going to get the satisfaction? If we are giving them the proper placement, if we are going to them the proper salary, that is remuneration, wages or a salary, right? We need to maintain them. Why? What is the reason to maintain? That is, while maintaining, we are going to get what, we are going to get that particular thing, the person is getting the satisfactory salary, so they are going to stay for a longer period of time, right? And any organization without staff, that is without human resource, without manpower, they are what, they are mere a skeleton, right? So from this what we can say, yes, staffing or the human resource or the manpower, they are what, they are the blood circulation in what, they are the blood circulation in the human body. Getting my point? Right? So yeah, brain is there, physical structure is there, right? But you don't have that blood circulation, so what is going to be outcome that, yes, the body will be paralyzed, right? Okay, suppose that in my hand the blood circulation is not there, so what is going to be there? What is going to be there? Simple, that my hand, that is going to what, that is going to get paralyzed, right? So without staff, without staffing, organization, it becomes what, it becomes a mere skeleton, right? And what are the things, what are the functions that included in the staffing? So first is recruitment. Understand the word. What is recruitment? Recruitment, that means that inviting people for the job, that doing advertisement, yeah, we have that much of a vacancy, when people they come for the job or for the interview, so placing at them in the right position at the right time, in the right number and with the right qualification, right? As I said, I have given you the example, like I need 10 number of people, right? So that is the correct number, right? Place, that means the production department, right? And at the right time, I have the target given by whom? Given by the top level management, and with the right qualification. Those person must be having some sort of experience in the production department, right? Apart from recruitment, what include? It includes selection. That means I have given the advertisement for the 10 number of people, right? But is it necessary that I'm only going to get 10 number of application? No, it will be more in numbers. It can be 20, it can be 30, right? So I need to what? I need to select from those 30, and I will be selecting what? I will be selecting the 10 number of people. Then it followed by training. Okay, whoever coming into my organization, they need to what? They need to give that particular theoretical knowledge, that what is company about, how the machinery they are working, how many departments are there, whom you are going to report. That come under what? That come under the training, right? Then transfer. Transfer, that means if a person is not working in that one team properly, then he will be transferred to the other team. Or say for it, the company is having a two branch in the different city, right, or in the same city, then that person will be transferred from one place to another place. Promotion, that means what? Promotion, that means giving away the higher level of designation or higher level of position, right? That is a person who is working as a worker or a bottom level worker. He has that capability, he has the caliber, right, of what? Of getting the promotion or getting the designation of supervisor. Then promotion will be there. Dismissal, not working properly, right? We have instructed that worker, okay, yeah, you need to do these things, but he's not continuously not performing well. Then dismissal, we need to what? We need to get him out of the job. Retirement, that after certain completion of age, that 58 or 60 years, the retirement will be there, right? That PF will be given, gratuity will be given, pension will be given to that person. And last, welfare activities of employees. Welfare activities of employees, that means what? Okay, yes, there will be what? There will be, free medical checkup or free mediclaim will be given, that is health insurance will be given. The fees of their children, like for school or at tuitions, that will be paid by the company. So what is that? That is the welfare activities, right? Canteen facility or the food facility, that will be provided to the employees. So that is what? That is the welfare activities, right? These functions that will be performed by the staffing department, right? Recruitment, selection, training, transfer, promotion, dismissal, retirement, and welfare activities, right? And staffing function, it is concerned or it is directly related with what? It is directly related with the problem, right? Problems of whom? Problems of the employee. See, humans, they are what? They are affected by each and everything there, whether it is a personal life or a professional life, right? They are going to what? If 4 or 5 people they are working together, so conflict that is going to arise. So staffing is what? Staffing is directly concerned with what? Directly concerned in solving the problem of whom? Problem of the employees, that they are getting in their routine life, in their daily life, that is working life, right? So staffing, they need to what? They need to find out the problem, and they need to what? They need to resolve the problem that they are going to face. And a contented staff, a satisfied staff, they are considered as what? They are considered as the invaluable asset of the business, right? See, simple example, if I'm satisfied with my job, if I'm happy with the job, then I'm going to what? I'm going to go to the society, that means outside the company, and I'm going to talk good things about the company. So that is going to what? That is going to increase the creditworthiness of the company, or that creation of image, that will be what? That will be good of the company, right? They're maintaining the manpower for a longer period of time, so again it is going to what? That credit worthiness, that is going to increase in the market. Getting my point? And they are going to what? They are going to work efficiently, less error will be there, more job satisfaction that can be achieved. So the productivity of the department, the productivity of the human, that is going to what? That is going to increase, right? And nowadays, the staffing, the modern concept that has been emerged, they are considered as the manpower planning, they are considered as the human resource development, right? As proper development that will be given, proper initiative that will be given. Getting my point, right? Assuming that yes, in future we are going to require this much of a manpower, that is called as what? That is called as a manpower planning. Getting my point, right? So staffing is as important as planning, right? And without staffing, it is a what? The organization, it is a mere skeleton, right? And the existence of staff, it will be there till the what? Till the existence of the business. Whenever we think about business organization, staffing is the what? Staffing is always there. Without staffing, nobody is going to plan. Without staffing, nobody is going to organize. Without staffing, nobody is going to put efforts for what? For the accomplishment of the objective. Planning, that will be done by whom? That will be done by the human. That is the expert person that will be appointed. That is what? That is staffing. That is human resource. Getting my point, right? So human resource, it is important. Staffing is the important function of what? It's the important function of the management, and it is a very broad function. Why? Because they are directly concerned, they are directly in relation with whom? They are directly in relation with the human resource, that is manpower. Clear, right? Going ahead, next function, that is Directing. What is directing? Directing, that means to provide guideline or to supervise employees. For what purpose? For the accomplishment of the objective, right? We have done planning, we have done organizing, we have appointed the staff, but we are not giving them the proper guideline ke how you are going to do it, how the task that will be performed, right? Ke suppose for example I am finishing the syllabus till the month of October or November. After that I am not giving you any kind of guideline. I am checking the paper, but I'm not telling you, yeah, you need to write like this, you need to highlight the points, you need to underline the things and everything. So that is a what? There is a lack of guideline, lack of direction. So what is going to be there? The objective that is not going to be achieved, right? Proper objective that will not be achieved. Getting my point, right? Direction, that means what? Compared to direct subordinates, that is superior, they are going to what? They are going to direct the subordinates, giving them the guideline, supervise them, whether whatever the direction that will be given, they are going to they are working as per the direction or as per the instruction or not, right? To give them the order to fix the work. If any problem, if any deviation found, then they need to what? They need to fix the work and motivate the workers. Motivation, that means what? To inspire them, okay, yes, you can do it, you can do it in a better way, right? And what? Provide leadership. That means okay, I need to what? I need to that prove them, okay, yes, if I can do it, then the group members, the team members, they can also what? They can also do it, right? Direction is very important. Why? Because it is going to coordinate the efforts, that is from planning to staffing, right? If proper direction is not given, proper guideline that is not given, so accomplishment of objective, that is become what? That is become very difficult, right? And it is a continuous process and it is required at every level of management. See, the instruction flow that comes from top to middle and middle to bottom, right? Same way the flow of direction that also goes with top to middle and middle to bottom, right? So bottom level people, they will be what? They will be directed by middle level they will be directed by the top level. And if any confusion that arise in the mind of top level management, then they are going to get direction from the expert person who are coming outside of the company, right? That is KPO, knowledge process outsourcing, that we have studied in the 11th standard, right? What they are doing, they are doing a service, they are giving the service, intellectual service, right? They are going to help the top level management in assigning the roles and responsibility, everything, right? See, direction that is necessary, right? Whether it is a top level, middle level or a bottom level, right? And as I said, other functions of management, whether it is planning, organizing, directing or controlling, that becomes totally useless without direction, right? So direction, that means what? To provide guideline, to supervise the employees so that they can what? They can achieve the objective easily. The function or the that function of the all the other functioning of all the management things or the activities, that will be what? That will be goes in a smoother way. Clear, right? And all the efforts, right, they are going to be a failure or they are going to be in a vain if superiors, they are not providing proper direction to employees or workers, right? That means a proper channel for the direction, for the guideline, that need to be created at every level of management, so that superior, they are going to what? They are going to give direction, they are going to give them proper guidelines, right? So that the objective that can be achieved easily, right? Okay. And moving ahead, the last function of management, that is what? That is controlling. Now what is controlling? Controlling, it is the function of what? Maintaining the balance among what? Among the effort, result, resources and objective, that whatever we have planned, whatever we have given the instruction, they are being implemented as per the plan or not, that comes under what? That comes under the controlling. Controlling, it is like what? It is like, that collecting the reports from the lower levels of management, right? Okay, instruction flow, that from top to middle to bottom, right? Same way reporting system or controlling, that will be there, that will be from bottom to middle and middle to top. How the top level management, they are going to come to know, okay, yes, whatever the instruction that we have given, whatever the orders that we have given, they are being implemented or not, they are being implemented or not, right? How they are going to know? That will be with the help of reports, right? And what is the main function of controlling? To see that whether all the business activities are done with the conformity of planning or not. Okay, whatever the activities that we have listed out in planning, that are being implemented, that are being that into the administration or not, that is the main function of what? That is the main function of controlling. And as per the traditional concept, controlling is what? Controlling is a negative approach. See, when we think about control, that means what? Employees or workers, they are going to think, yes, there will be what? There will be a restriction over our freedom, over our liberty, right? That management, they are going to what? They are going to snatch away our freedom. As per what? As per the traditional concept, right? Now, what is the reason behind that? Because there was a provision that is restriction on employees' activities to have a strict approach and provision of punishment, right? If any employee they are making a mistake, right, then there will be a strict approach was there in the traditional concept, right? Restriction over the employees' activity, the no any kind of that unreasonable movement of the people or of the employee, right? Provision of punishment like what? Okay, by transferring from one place to another place if they are not working properly, right? Stop the promotion, not to give them proper salary, or in the last, that is dismissal, right? So what is that? That is the provision of punishment if any employee they are making mistake. So according to traditional concept, controlling is what? Controlling is a negative approach, right? But in modern time, it is considered as what? It is considered as the positive concept. And what is the reason behind that? Because controlling is considered as the corrective activity. Whatever the mistake that has been done or that has been have by the employees, right? There should be that scope of what? To correct that mistake, find out the deviation, and implement what? Implement the corrective measures, right? Give them the direction, right? Okay, yes, whatever mistakes that you are making, that should not be repeated into the future, and everything, right? These corrective measures, this corrective action, that must be in accordance with what? In accordance with the planning, right? If they are what? That employees or workers, they are deviating from the plan, whatever the things that has been assigned in the planning, right? That should be what? That should be done as per the planning. So corrective measures, corrective actions, that will be taken by whom? By the superiors, right? And employees or workers, they are going to be informed, okay, yes, whatever the mistakes that you have done in the previous activity, do not repeat it again. So according to modern time, in the modern time or modern concept, controlling is what? Controlling is the positive concept. Remember this thing. In traditional concept, it is the negative. Why? Because there was a provision of punishment. While in modern time, it is considered as the positive concept, and reason is what? Because it is a corrective activity, right? Okay, whatever the mistakes that has been done by the employees or the workers, that should be corrected by the superiors. Proper instruction, proper direction, that will be given to them, and make them understand, okay, yes, this is the way to how to implement the task or implement the activity, and whatever the mistakes that you have done should not be repeat in the future period of time. Getting to a point, right? So controlling is the last function to control what? To see that whether whatever the activities that are being there in the accordance with the plan or not. According to traditional concept, it is the negative approach, and modern time it is positive, right? Question it will be asked, why controlling is a negative approach? So you need to write like this, by there was a provision of punishment, like transfer the people, stop the promotion, right? Restriction over the employees activities, and to have a strict approach. And in positive concept, that is a what? It is the corrective activity, that the what? There is any mistake or any particular that loopholes that has been find out in accordance with the plan, so that will be what? That will be corrected. And employees or workers, they will be informed, yes, you don't need to what? You don't need to repeat these mistakes again. Okay, is it clear? So main function starts with planning, ends with controlling. And planning, that is followed by organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling, right? Is it clear? Okay, again, writing practice is necessary. So you need to what? You need to write down the notes from this PPT, you need to read from the textbook, so you are going to get the better idea of the concept. And what the diagram in the planning, you don't need to draw, right? This is just for your understanding, right? That why planning is the base of the other function. Okay, right? See, controlling is the last function. So whatever the parameters that we have set in the planning, in control we are going to check that whatever the parameters that we have set, they are being achieved or not. Whatever the activities that are there, it is being implemented or not. Okay, is it clear? Right? So this is the end for the today's lecture. We have learned the various functions of the management, right? Various management gurus, they have given the classification of the function of management. We have understood the definition of process or meaning of process, right? In next lecture we are going to learn coordination and the various functional areas of management. Okay, is it clear? If you have any doubt, if you don't understand any point, please let me know, right? Please let me know, and you can feel free to call me anytime or message me anytime. Okay, right? So this is it for today, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay, thank you, goodbye, take care.